They called Earth a Deathworld. A place so violent, so chaotic, that no intelligent species could possibly survive there, much less evolve. To them, it was unthinkable that sentient life could rise from a planet where the sky burned, the seas raged, and even the air could kill. But they had never met us. The expedition logs of the Ecor survey detail it best. Planet, Sol 3. Dominant species, Homo sapiens. Classification, Type 12 hostile environment. Recommendation, avoid direct contact. They watched storms taller than their cities. Oceans that swallowed mountains. Creatures that killed for reasons other than hunger. To the Ecor, humans were an anomaly. We didn't fit any known evolutionary pattern. We were too fast, too violent, too adaptable. One commander wrote, their entire history is built upon conflict, not against others, but against their own world. When the first human colonists landed on the barren moon of Kalaris, the Ecor came to observe again. They watched us step out into storms that shredded metal. They watched us build shelters from rock and ice, without waiting for machines. When their advisors predicted we would perish within weeks, one human laughed, wiped the dust from his visor, and said, "We used to call this kind of weather spring." Weeks passed. Then the quake came. The planet's crust tore open. Fissures wide enough to swallow cities. The Ecor ships retreated to orbit, terrified. On the surface, the human outpost disappeared beneath ash and fire. The Ecor assumed the species was lost. But days later, signals returned, static at first, then voices. Not cries for help, but coordinates. Supply lists. Evacuation plans. Humans were still alive. Organizing. Rescuing. They had no reinforcements, no command structure, no air support, and still, they went back into the fire for one another. A Ecor scientist described it, they are calm. Even as they die, they prioritize others first. It defies all known instinct models. When the Ecor finally descended again, they found something impossible, a new settlement, larger than the last, built atop the ruins. The human commander, soot-covered and exhausted, simply said, "We lost the first one. So we made this one better." That was the moment they understood. Humanity doesn't merely survive, we rebuild, stronger each time. Our resilience isn't an accident. It's our birthright, forged by volcanoes, hardened by ice, tested by famine and fire. We are children of catastrophe and masters of adaptation. The Ecor archives now list humanity as Tier 1 Deathworld species, cooperative apex predators. They still struggle to understand how compassion can exist within such a violent lineage, how creatures born of suffering can still choose mercy. They measure intelligence by intellect. We measure it by endurance, by the will to rise again and again, no matter the cost. When they call Earth a Deathworld, they mean it as a warning. To us, it was a forge, a crucible that burned away weakness and left only resolve. We didn't conquer our world. We learned from it. It taught us that strength without compassion is tyranny, and compassion without strength is suicide. That's why we endure. We are not the strongest. We are not the fastest. We are not the oldest. But we are the ones who never stopped getting back up. They called Earth a Deathworld. We call it home.